Hello, hello, hello. I am
Hello.
here with Leah. It's Leah Towers, right?
Tower, just one building.
Oh, just one tower. Just one tower. The Leah Tower. That's all that
Yes.
matters. So, yeah, you're probably have the easiest name out of all of them that I've tried to say. I don't know if you've watched them all, but sometimes I'm not very good
I,
at the name.
I think some of them. You're all right.
I know. I'm like, and then I get corrected. So you are where are you located at?
I'm in Massachusetts, but central, kind of western, a little bit.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Pretty small
Nice.
state, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Yeah, tiny little state.
Yep, yep. So
Yeah. And how did you like tell me your story about how you got started with gliders?
some years ago, I had some people bring me two male gliders who were in separate cages, but they said they had to be next to each other. They would fight when they got them because at the time when they got them, they were illegal here in Massachusetts. They've since become legal, but they couldn't find a place to have them neutered or whatever the case was. And they kept them just side by side. The cages were completely, they admitted they hadn't washed them in a couple of weeks. And the wife said, it's been a bit longer. And lots of fruit flies and whatnot. So I took them in. I made lots of phone calls. I had done a lot of research because it had been a couple of weeks before I picked them up. And everything that I was finding was just not valuable at all. And I sometime later I ended up losing one of the gliders before I could find a way to have them neutered or even figure out what I was going to do with them. I was actually on the verge of trying to rehome them because I felt like I was such a wrong fit for the position. And so I was, but I loved them so much that I would just tell them everything about them. And, I gave them all the pros and the cons, which and at the time for me were mostly cons. And it chased
Yeah.
everyone away, and I wouldn't let anyone take them anyway if they weren't ready for it. So one of them had ended up passing away, and it just prompted me to search very quickly for another glider. Even though they weren't the same cage, they did kind of communicate with each other through the bars and everything, and I felt awful. And when I did, I met this breeder who just took so much time with me. She definitely put more time in than what she got back for that Joey. And it really, it turned everything around for me. And I started getting at the time I wasn't on Facebook. I started joining the groups. I joined Sugar Glider Guardians. I found other groups. I started just taking it all in like a sponge. And yeah, before you know it, meet one person, meet the next person, and um, here I am. And now I'm taking in rescues, and I went from two at the moment now. Between my permanents and gliders going out for rehome, I have now 21 gliders in the home
Wow.
right now. I've handled more than that. I've had others come through here, but that's where we're at now.
That's fantastic. So, what I like about that story is that breeder, when she did that, she was just helping you and that Joey, and your glider. But what people don't realize is when they give back like that, like now that breeder has helped you to help all these people and all these gliders. And so she paid it forward so much,
So much, yes.
so much. Just that one thing she did with you, like, makes a huge difference. I don't think people realize like the impact they have on lives. So like
Yeah,
your story is amazing.
thanks.
So when was that? When did you first get your first glider? How long ago was that?
Oh, been 4 or 5 years ago now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, no, it definitely made an impact on me. And I'm not used to people giving so much without something else in return. So, I'm just waiting for, that other shoe to drop, and it was just, just kind of, it made me a little bit more, so much more grateful that I did want to just get back. And I wanted to show people, like, I saw that other end of it, how complicated it can be. I get those problems that you have,
Mhm.
but here are all these simple solutions. I think, yeah, even finding sugar glider diaries was really helpful as well. Just being able to watch TV. I mean, not watch TV, wash the dishes and things like that, and just kind of have that playing. Think little things like that. But you have to know the right places to look, what the right resources are. Who's giving you information. You got to look into it as well. But it's really so much. I don't want to say it's easy, because I always say it's like learning a new language. Like, it's going to take some time in the beginning, but then once you get the flow, it becomes a part of your life.
Yeah.
I walk around my routine at my busiest, going to school full time, well, half time, working full time, working on my master's. I have, and taking care at the time. My ex had 4 kids, so they were here a lot during the pandemic and everything too. um, I had like no time on my hands, but I was able to spend so much time with the gliders, washing dishes. I would come home, just prepping things. They would just hang out on my shoulder. Sometimes I'd let them hang out on the island if I didn't have any people food going on over there. You just find ways of spending time with them, taking them with you in, the bonding pouch whenever you can really helps a lot. And I don't know if people realize that. They think that they're sleeping, and they are, but it really has such great impact. So just little things like that give you back so much, and also, really contributes to the overall relationship and the health and whatnot
Yep.
of the gliders. So
I feel like if people look at their schedule and they see the things that they're doing, those are habits. Like your habit, you get up and you brush your teeth. Like
mhm.
it's easy because you just do it. So like you're saying, like you just get used to it and you just do it, and it becomes like you feed your kids, you go to the grocery store, you cook meals, you like
Mhm.
that's not always easy stuff, but it's stuff, that you do. And the gliders are part of your life. So when people ask me if they're easy, like in my head, they feel easy, but I don't think that they're easy. So I try to convey, like you're saying.
It's like, I tell people, it's like learning a new language. You have,
Yep,
it
just
takes
like you're
time
saying.
to figure it out, and then you work it out. Like you said, you get up and you brush your teeth. I might get up and go grab a glider, toss them in the
Right,
back of my hood and brush my teeth. That time
right,
that you spend with them, you don't realize how much it even does for you, just
right.
to have that little buddy, and then the relationship that you build with them afterward is just amazing.
Mhm. Like I work out at 5:30 in the morning, and so I get up at 4:15. People are like, why you get up at 4:15? I was like, well, so I can see my babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Like it's like to me, like, duh. Of
Yep.
course, yeah, I'm gonna go down there and they're gonna lie on me. And it's just
And we look
duh.
crazy, but
I
to the
know. I was
outside,
like,
to the outside world.
yeah, but I'm like, but do
Yeah.
you like make time at night for your kids? I mean, that's when they're awake. So that's when they like to be active. That's when they're the most fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's perfect for somebody who has a busy schedule, because when you're home, that's when they're awake. If you're a night owl, especially, or if you wake up extra early, you
Yeah.
know. And I've been with them through all times of the night, and I find that they're probably more active around that time, somewhere
Yeah.
between like 2 and 5 in the morning. I think is
Yeah.
probably when they're at their most active. So if you can wake up in those hours, that's what I used to do as well.
Yeah. And then they come running
Yeah,
right for
shoot out
you.
at you like a cannon. I got one every
Yeah.
single time. The door could be open for a quarter of a second. He's perfect aim every time, right here, left
Uh,
shoulder. my little dizzy.
So you got into Sugar Glider Guardians and you were looking around, and how did you start mentoring?
I initially started in another group, and I had reached out to Sandra at one point, asking to mentor, and she reached out back to me eventually and said, "Hey, I've been watching you," and I don't know. I mean, I just, for me, it was just comes natural. Like I was already all in the posts, commenting, trying to be as helpful as I could, reaching out to people privately and just helping them as much as they could. It's just kind of in my nature anyway. So, and I've just always felt so passionately about it anyway. I just want people to just see the other side of it. That's all. It's like if you just have this little bit of extra information, that can make all the difference. So,
Aw, that's so nice. I love that. So let me see. What is your specialty areas, would you say?
I think that I enjoy really the more complicated situations. I help with, I guess, behavioral, is probably, I would say, a specialty. I've worked with people with rejected joeys, um, and just some mild, med situation. I like to help where people are panicking because people just feel so hopeless, and sometimes, when you're not thinking right, I mean, it's hard to make all the right moves. So,
Right. Well, that's
um,
good. See, you're like
yeah,
the ER nurse, you like the stressful
yeah,
situations.
yeah, yeah. I'm going to
That's
regret saying
good.
that, but
Yeah. Aw, I love it. I love it. See, we're all different. And I like that because everybody has their own fit.
yeah.
So, what is one piece of advice you'd like to give other glider owners?
As many of these as I've watched, you think that I've been ready for that question. One, because I mean, I'm full
I
of
love
heart.
that you watched them though. Yay.
Um, I guess my one piece of information would just be to just be patient and to just take that time that's necessary. Every glider is different. They're like little people, little furry people
Yes.
that yell at you, and but they have emotions. They're very, very emotional. And if you just take your time and read your glider and take them with you when they're sleeping during the day and just commit that mindset to them, it's really so rewarding. You just need to
Yeah.
build, and in some of the more difficult ones you might find to be the most rewarding. So,
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
mhm,
My most difficult one was my favorite.
yeah.
So, tell me a fun glider story. Brum, 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 brum.
One glider story. Oh man, I know I have tons of them too. But okay, all right. So on the topic of carrying them around with you during the day, right, while they're sleeping, difficult gliders specifically. I took in this one glider, Haven. She was definitely my most difficult, and she was, I think, my fourth glider at the time. So I had gotten her on a lunch break at work. It was the only way that the rescuer could meet up with me at that point of the day. And I was working in an office. It was very desolate anyway. And it was pretty laid back, but you still kind of don't want to like announce, hey, I've got this animal, with me and my shirt or whatever. So I was trying to wrap up the rest of the day. And she is just crabbing. She's so loud. It's all she would do. And I'm trying to I keep pushing her down. I've got her in my shirt. Finally, my supervisor, at one point, she notices this pouch hanging out of, she sees something kind of hanging out of my shirt. And I guess I just wasn't thinking about this. She's like, what is that in your shirt? And so I have to explain to her, I have this marsupial in my shirt. So after that awkwardness, I leave there. And I'm trying to get home. I have to stop at the gas station. I go in and I'm paying for whatever, my gas, my food, whatever I'm getting. And as we're exchanging money, she just loud as day. And I've got a line of people behind me. Just, oh, it was so, and I didn't know how to, I mean, a lot of times I'll just be quiet and just carry on like it was, who knows what that was, but I just panicked in this moment. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have a marsupial in my shirt. And I just darted out of the store and I just left probably 8 people behind me just looking like, what just happened?
What is going on?
I was in such panic that day with her. She had my head scrambled.
But I bet they had stories forever.
You know what? And that's exactly it.
Something yelling in their shirt. So funny.
I have a marsupial in my shirt. Just ran.
I love it. That is a great story. Good choice. So do you make your toys? Do you buy them? Do you make your fleeces? What do you do?
I have boxes and boxes of toy making supplies I've never touched. I just have not found the time. I buy toys. Yes, basically I buy everything. I've spent a lot.
Do you have a special place you like to go to find things?
I personally, for toys, I like to use Sarah Bear and Lucky You. I've used them. I like their toys a lot. I've used various vendors for cage sets. This is my pride and joy right here. Probably can't really see it. That's my double triple over there. It's a complete jungle. I love it. But yeah, I've spent so much time buying so many things for all these cages.
How many cages do you have?
This is one. Okay. In addition to that, I have 7 others that are filled right now.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So right now we're working on one. I think we're merging 2 right now. We were right there last night. So I'm hoping today might be the day. We'll see. This is exciting stuff because I'm in an 800 square foot apartment right now.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and I don't know, I wouldn't have room in my house for 7. I had 2, 3. I had 3 at my most.
Mm-hmm.
3 at my most.
I think there's 8. There's 8 in this big one, and then it's kind of like they're paired off from there for the most part, and all the rest of them.
Aww. So who is? I know that moms don't usually say their favorites, but do you have a most bonded?
I really think it's my little Freddie. He's my first Joey. He was the one that I got from that breeder. And he just adores me. And anytime I've been sad, he just curls right up and he just stays still and he just gazes at me the way no man will ever look at me. He loves me so much. And if he could spend every single minute of the night with me, actually, I lie. I say that and he jumps off and he uses me as a transfer unit, but no, he does love me, and if I'm sad, he won't leave my side. So it's really sweet, and I would say probably he would be my most bonded.
Freddie is your guy.
Yes, he's my little man.
So when you are talking to glider owners, like what is your favorite way of communication? Now I know we all will communicate anyway that
Mhm.
we're requested to, but do you have like a favorite? Do you have like a specific thing you try to do to give the most quality, or like what's your steps?
I like doing videos. I like to just send videos, not necessarily video chat. I don't find myself doing that too often, but I'll just record a video and you watch it at your leisure. And it's faster for me. A lot of times I'm driving down the street, middle of something. I put my phone up on my mount anyway. I just hit record. I drive. I'm just going to make sure I keep it within a certain minutes. I tend to talk a lot. Otherwise, I'm trimming it all
Same.
up everywhere. But yeah, I like doing videos, and I find that my mentees really enjoy the videos. I've had a lot of them ask me to make a YouTube page, and we'll
Oh, well, you
see.
should
Yeah,
do that.
I'll
You
get
should
there. I'll
do
get there.
that. Yeah. So let's go down to the rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Shoot.
here's the good ones. All right. So tell me one movie comes on TV you'd watch over and over again. What is it?
Oh no, rapid fire. Um, Legends of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall. Is that the one with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, it is.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment. I don't know. I guess maybe just finishing school a couple years ago and getting my master's in accounting.
That is wonderful. Okay, so you have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
Ah, yes, the singer.
That's right.
um, what song?
Which you do better than karaoke, but I'm a karaoke level singer.
Um, a lot of times it used to be Killing Me Softly, so we're gonna stick with that. It used to be my go-to.
That was my second karaoke song ever. The
Really?
Fugees or the other one?
The Fugees one.
Yes. Same.
Yeah,
Same.
it's a good one. But
Yes.
since there, I've
Oh,
expanded it, so I've got a little bit of a
oh my
rotation.
gosh. I wonder if we have close voices then, because like I did When You Say Nothing at All was my first one.
Oh, I play. Yeah,
I do a lot of Alison Krauss, and then I'm also really good Sheryl Crow voice.
yeah.
Um, I like what is the other singers I do? Like the Fugees. There's some Patty Loveless. I got
I haven't done any Patty Loveless.
Yeah, Blame It on the Heart. She's got
Mm-hmm.
a great Blame It on the Heart. That is a
Yeah,
fun song too. I love karaoke. It's so
good
fun.
time.
Yes. So, what is there anything else you'd like the glider community to know? It could be about you, it could be just advice, it could be anything.
Air purifiers are key.
Yeah. I love
I
it.
had my landlord came here unexpectedly, and that's a whole other separate issue. So he wasn't thrilled. We'll just say that. However, one thing he said was that as many cages and as many animals as you have in this house, I didn't smell a thing.
I love that.
So there you go. If my landlord said that, upset with me,
Good.
then
And he'll probably let it slide then.
use air purifiers.
Yes. Okay. And this, again, today we are highlighting Leah Tower, singular.
One building.
And Yes, one building. If you haven't had a mentor or would like one, please reach out to one of the admins. If you're looking for information, don't forget we have information in the file section of our page. As always, happy gliding, be safe, and have an amaze balls day. And